to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be talking about the 666 portal. This is occurring on and around June 6th, 2022. And this is actually the most powerful portal of 2022 because we have the energy of 6 multiplied by 3. This is a 6 year if you add together all of the digits in 2022. And of course, we are in the 6th month and we're working with the energy of the 6th day of the 6th month of this 6th year. This is an incredibly interesting energy and an interesting portal because we all know all of the different associations that people have with the number 666. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this with you guys. We are going to be doing a card reading as well to see what messages want to come to us through the cards regarding this portal, what we're going to be receiving. But we're going to talk a bit about these energies and these frequencies as well. This energy is really interesting because we have not only the amplification of the 6 energy 3 times, but it's a doubling of the energy 333. There's a heavy mirroring aspect to the 666 portal and these energies. And so we're very much looking at and working with the spiritual and the human, right? And the mundane. And so it's very much a balancing of these aspects of our nature. Our lower human nature, what some may call our shadow nature, and our higher spiritual nature. And as we move through the energies of this portal, which extend beyond the exact day of the portal, all right? So we're really going to be feeling we're already in this energy. We're going to continue to be in this energy. So you've probably already been noticing some of this. There is a heavy mirroring aspect to this energy. And so we are being shown where it is that we are in alignment with our higher spiritual selves and where it is that we're still in alignment with those lower 3-dimensional timelines, with our lower human selves. We're going to be noticing this in the world at large. And as we're noticing this, we want to pay special attention and care to not projecting outward and really looking at how these energies and the things that we're noticing may be mirroring shadow energies within us that are ready to be cleared. There's a lot of energy of karmic clearing that's going on right now. It's really interesting to take note of the fact that Saturn is the 6th planet and the 6th day of the week is Saturn's day, right? Saturday. And so Saturnian energy is very much associated with the 6 energy, especially during this particular 666 portal, because it is occurring as Saturn stations retrograde. Saturn stationed actually, according to my astrological chart, an app that I use, on the 31st of May. Many people say that Saturn's retrograde officially begins on the 3rd or the 4th of June, but it's the 4th as I'm recording this right now. So we are already, regardless of when you want to look at it, we're in these energies of Saturn retrograde and we are in these 666 portal energies. So there is a heavy association with the energy of Saturn. And yes, there will be a Saturn retrograde video coming out as well. I appreciate your patience, everyone. I'm still recuperating from my illness, and so trying to play catch up with all of these videos here. There will be a video on that. The Saturn retrograde goes until mid-October. It's right around October 23rd. So we're going to be in this energy, and that's a major energy of karmic clearing and clearing of lower density timelines. All right, so we're really feeling this energy right now, and it's very connected, this karmic cleansing, this cleansing of these lower timelines, and really with this 666 portal energy, these lower projections and experiences of the self, and where it is that we are still connected to those lower density timelines. We're going to be noticing this, and we're going to be getting an opportunity to clear those. So many people may have felt this purging energy already. They may have felt their shadow sides. Our shadow's been very activated since May, when we had that first series of eclipses there in Taurus and Scorpio. And we're going to have another set in the fall as well. So we've been feeling that shadow energy, and we're definitely noticing it around this 666 portal. But we have this beautiful opportunity to really rise above that energy, to really clear and shed that energy. Excuse me. And so we want to look at it in those terms. When we're thinking about this energy, we want to look at the higher vibration. How can we align with that higher version of ourselves, right? How is it that we can integrate our shadow into our being even more deeply? And how is it that we can release all of these lower timelines and these lower versions of the self? Where is it that we are still tapped in and tuned in to that 3D matrix? And where is it that we're now being given the opportunity to not limit ourselves, whatever the opposite of limiting ourselves is, right? To free ourselves, to liberate ourselves, right? And we do actually have, interestingly enough, right now, as Saturn stations retrograde, during this portal, a square to Mercury, who just stationed direct. So there's a lot of that energy of those, of all of this, the subconscious coming into the consciousness, right? And our opportunity to take action in the areas where we've seen, where we've noticed ourselves in connection to that matrix energy, to that mind control energy, to these lower timelines, we're being given an opportunity with Saturn here to take the action to release ourselves from that and to choose a new path. This is very much another highlight in our journey from fear to love, right? From head to heart. And so we're going to notice, where am I still experiencing fear? Where am I still allowing fear to govern me? And how can I step more deeply into faith, more deeply into trust and love? This energy is also associated, and I was shown that actually all of the portals that we experience that are multiples of 2 are a continuation and an extension of the 2-2 portal energy. If you guys never checked out the 2-2 portal video or the 2-22-22 video, I highly suggest that you do so, especially that 2-22-22 video, because we talked about this 22-year cycle that we've been in, surrounding the number 2 and the energies of 2 and that duality and everything that the 2 number represents. And so as we move through 2022, we are in that final closeout of those energies. And every time we hit a portal that is a multiple of 2, we're going to be feeling those energies more strongly. All right. And it's going to build and build until we get to that 12-12 portal and that 12-12 gateway at the end of 2022, which I feel is going to be very powerful. So we're working with that energy as well. There's a lot of different energies that we're working with. Many people, of course, connect the 666 energy to the Luciferian type energies. An interesting thing to note about the 666 energy, though, is that it is actually an energy that refers to the human life form, the carbon-based human life form, to man himself. And so it really is us bridging our higher spiritual selves with this physical body and really tapping us into this process as we are transforming the physical carbon body, right, back into the crystalline body. So we may feel a lot of shifts and changes around that as our DNA continues to evolve, as we continue to liberate ourselves from really this dumbed down version that we have become as our DNA was simplified to the 2-stranded form. There's a lot with this 666 energy, you guys, but it's really about us transcending that lower consciousness and raising ourselves into that higher consciousness. And there are a lot of energies that are all trying to keep tugging us back down and keeping us in this lower consciousness. So it's our responsibility to recognize those, not just in the world at large, but within ourselves. And to transmute those energies, to alchemize, to transform those energies. So there's a deep energy of transformation with this 666 energy. I am going to be referring to my notes a little bit, just because, like I said, I'm still playing catch up. And so I really put together and kind of wrapped my head around a lot of this stuff just before doing this video. So I want to make sure that I get it out to you guys, all of the most important energies here. Let's see. There is, and this brings us back to the 2 energy as well, and we talked about the connection there. There is this energy of duality with the number 6. The number 6, if we relate it in other forms, relates to the Lover's card in the tarot, which relates to Gemini. This 6/6 portal happens every year during Gemini season. And so once again, we see that duality. We see the dark and the light, the masculine and the feminine, the ways that we're blending. This is really a blending of everything, right? If we look at it as a magnification, a doubling of the 333 energy, that's the trinity of the mind, the body, and the spirit, right? So the integration of all of these aspects into the totality of our being. Let's see. The number 6 in and of itself, as an angel number, represents service, peace, integrity, truth, harmony, balance, empathy. So there's a lot of really beautiful energies in the angelic realms that the 6 energy holds. And so we're really working with that. And this is, as every portal is, a powerful manifestation gateway as well. So when we're working with those manifestation energies and we're working with manifesting with the power of the number 6, we really want to be working on this energy. And I'm going to find exactly what I wrote out here because I really liked the way it came through. Let's see. If we are seeking to manifest something, the energy of the 666 portal calls on us to express gratitude, to conduct ourselves in integrity, to work toward the highest and best outcomes for all, in the spirit of selfless service, and to remember and hold the knowing deep within our being that as we live a spiritually righteous life and we seek spiritual abundance, material abundance will naturally follow. And this is something that we really want to understand with the number 6 because it can relate very much also to the material world, right? It's the carbon body. It's the human body, the 3D experience, the material realm. And so for me personally, when I see the number 6 amplified, it's a message to me from my angels to stop focusing so much on the material, to focus more on the spiritual and trust that the material will come through, right? So we're being asked to manifest with this 6 energy by working on our spiritual selves. And this reminds me of something that came through in the reading for Gemini season that I just did. If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely do. But in that reading, it talked about how we've been depositing in our spiritual banks. And that energy is now manifesting outwardly. And so that's the energy of the 666 portal and gateway. As we are dealing with those energy of this energy of karma, there's a lot of karmic returns that people may be experiencing as well. So it's really that energy where we're reaping what we sowed, right? The energy that we put out is coming back to us. And we're going to see that also throughout the Saturn retrograde. So all the way through October, we're going to be noticing this energy. But that was definitely an energy that was picked up on in the Gemini season reading. And I really like how there was a lot of abundance and a lot of beautiful energy there. So a lot of people who follow this channel, a lot of us in this tribe, we've been investing a lot of positive energy out there, and we can expect that output back. As long as we believe that that's possible for us, and as long as we keep ourselves in the vibration of that energy, right? Don't allow these either the inner or the outer energies, the inner shadow or the outer shadow play, right, to tug at us and bring us and keep us trapped in a lower vibration. We're going to feel ourselves moving through that lower vibration because we are clearing that out. All right, so it's absolutely, it's natural, but we want to make sure that we are consistently clearing our energy. We're consistently raising our vibration. We want to be very grounded, but we want to be grounded and also protected, right? So we want to have our psychic shield. We want to ground into nature, especially into the earth, into the crystalline grid, into nature, but make sure that we're maintaining that connection, that higher connection as well. And we're continuing to feed ourselves with those higher vibrational energies, right? That's some of that energy of being in this world, but not of it. We don't get trapped in the 3-dimensional energies, but part of our mission here is to bring our high vibrational energy to this 3-dimensional matrix, if you will. All right, so let's see. Is there anything else that we want to cover here before we get into the reading? I think that's pretty much it. I think we went over a lot of the stuff here. I was getting into some really fascinating just some really fascinating videos and stuff this morning that I was watching. So there's a lot of, there was a lot of talk about, on some of the stuff that I was watching, the 6-6 seal, or the 6 seal, and which is essentially, some people relate to the energy that causes us to forget when we incarnate, to forget who we are, and kind of traps us in this reincarnation loop, and how that is dissolving right now. Just a lot of interesting stuff. So a website that somebody mentioned that I was watching today that I might clear, that I think I'm going to check out. I think it was called Ascension Glossary or something like that. There's a lot of really interesting theories and understandings of what's going on right now, of this spiritual war that we are in the middle of. I encourage you all to do your own research. I don't feel particularly guided to get into too much of that in this video right now, or necessarily on this channel right now, because that doesn't need to be our focus. Our focus is what's happening right now. What can I do to better myself, and to prepare myself, and to heal myself, and to step into my light right now. Right? But I encourage everyone to do their own research and come to their own conclusions with their own resonance, while at the same time keeping an open mind and knowing that truth is subjective, right? There are many truths, and yeah, whatever you're looking into, if it's lowering your vibration and your energy too much, then my recommendation is to steer away from it. So if you're doing research on things and it's really bringing you down and tanking your vibration, you may not be ready to delve into that quite yet. And it's not that doesn't mean that we ignore a truth, right? That we ignore something that may truly be happening. It's more about protecting our own vibration, so that when we are in a place where we are solid enough in our vibration, our sovereignty, and our energy to be able to look at these things, that we look at them, and we're able to look at them without feeling extremely emotionally triggered by them. Because it's important to be educated and aware, but at the same time, like, we don't want to do that at the detriment to the self, to the point where we're really sinking ourselves into that vibration. Because a lot of that information, a lot of that energy, it's like tethers. That's what it feels like hooks or tethers. And so we want to make sure that we're not going to get hooked or tethered to that energy when we start looking into it. All right, so I have 2 cards that came out, and it's really interesting. The 2 cards that they are, we have the Stellar Gateway activation, and we have the Gaia Gateway activation. And so you're seeing right here that we have the Earth. This is the grounding, right? This is the crystalline grid that we're creating. This is us grounding into Mother Earth and receiving activation from her. And then we also have the Stellar Gateway chakra, which is like way up here, right? That's really connecting us cosmically. So it's being connected. This is really reinforcing this energy and this importance of being connected both above and below. And the Stellar Gateway activation also speaks of a manifestation vortex. So this is where the energy is so powerful. And this is, I think, why I felt called to remind people not to allow their vibration to be bogged down by too much information that's too heavy for you to process right now, or by these lower timelines and these lower manifestations. These lower timelines and these lower embodiments of self, I guess maybe I want to say, are really going to be tugging at us. We're going to be tempted to really fall back into old patterns, to old addictions, to old ways of seeing the world and shutting out the spirit. There's this energy where we really want to be working to make sure that we're maintaining that spiritual connection, because there is, for some, quite a bit of interference in the air. So we really want to be fully connected. We want to understand that we are in a manifestation vortex. And so we want to be consciously choosing the thoughts and vibration that's going to align with the things that we want. And there's a lot of wisdom coming to us from above as well as from below, from the planet herself, from the earth intelligence. So the balancing of these energies And on the bottom of the deck here, we have Memories of Atlantis. And I am using, for those of you who are curious, the Gateway of Light activation cards. I love using these for the portals. And so Memories of Atlantis is all about spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. So a lot of us, as we are clearing these lower density timelines, we're clearing lower density timelines not only from this reality, but from other realities as well, from other dimensions, from other experiences of ourselves, right? Because remember, the majority of us, especially those watching this channel, right? We haven't just incarnated on Earth. We've incarnated lots of places, and we've incarnated in lots of different cycles of Earth's evolution. All right. And so we're clearing energy and lower timelines from all of those experiences. And this major clearing of these lower Atlantis timelines has been a theme for quite a while. So as we are cleaning house, so to speak, we are very much going to be perhaps connecting with past life memories, as we clear some of these past life energies. And this is what's allowing us as well to connect with past life gifts and abilities. And I use the word past life just because it's easier. We live in a quantum realm where everything's happening in the now, but for lack of a better way to describe it, we're going to call them past lives, right? Lives other than the one that we're focused on right now, that we are consciously experiencing in this moment, in this now moment, that we're aware of, I guess would be the best way to say that, maybe. So yeah, there's a lot of wisdom that we are gaining from these other aspects of the self as we move through this energy as well. And we're in a powerful process of spiritual acceleration right now, you guys. And 2022 is a huge game-changing year as far as clearing some of these vibrational templates that are no longer useful, clearing some of these lower timelines, these projections, right? What else do we have coming out here? Heart of Source. All-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. So we're really being called to practice this radical self-acceptance, this radical self-love, right? This unconditional acceptance of ourselves, of what is. Because remember, acceptance is the energy of alchemy. As soon as we can accept something, it's then able to shift. As long as we're resisting it, it is going to persist. So even in the midst of all of this, what may seem like chaos, we are able to stop and center ourselves in the heart. We're able to find serenity. This portal wants to teach us how it is possible to find beauty in anything, how it is possible to find serenity in any moment. All we have to do is get silent and go within the heart and unconditionally accept all that is. And it's really important, like what's coming through right now is like, and this is of course one of the themes that we've been talking about for 2022 with all of this Taurian energy, right? Is this energy of accepting where we are right now. Accepting that we came to this planet, right? We chose to come to this planet. Most people watching this channel, right? You chose to come here to help. You heard the call of Earth. You chose to come here to experience this wild and wacky ride, right? And also to help, to be of assistance to humanity, to the planet, to the galaxy, really, because our entire galaxy is being heavily affected by what's happening on Earth right now. All right, so it's like knowing that you chose to come here and finding gratitude in your heart for that. Finding acceptance in your heart for that. Instead of trying to escape where you are, really rooting and grounding into it, while at the same time maintaining your knowledge of yourself as more than what meets the eye, right? We acknowledge our multidimensional selves. We love and honor our multidimensional selves. But at the same time, we understand that out of all of the dimensions and all of the possibilities, we are centered and focused right here, right now. There's a reason for that, and we see that as a gift instead of a curse. I think there's a lot of starseeds when we start realizing, and I mean, one of the ways we identify as the starseed, right, is this feeling of always being out of place, always feeling like we don't belong. And so when we realize that we're a starseed, it's like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Now I understand. And then we're always longing for our home in the stars, right? We're longing for something else. And we totally miss the beauty of this experience. And I can feel the little one moving around right now. He's so excited to come down here to be a part of this this journey that we're all on right now. And we all felt that excitement, right? When we decided to come here. So it's like tapping back into that. And then we have the Hathor light codes on the bottom of the deck. Light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. And this card's been coming out a lot, you guys. And Hathor is, of course, the Egyptian star mother. All right. And her energy is powerful, you guys. I went to the Hathor temple in Dendera. The Dendera temple in Egypt on my travels, and it was my favorite temple. It was so incredible. The energy, the activations that I received there. Yeah, so we're recalling our power. We're really being immersed in light right now. Even if it does not necessarily feel like it, right? Because we're purging and releasing so much. There is so much. Every aspect of our being is being upgraded right now. Being returned. That's what I'm feeling. It's not. They don't want us to think of it as upgrading, because we're really just being returned to our original form. Like that power, we always had this power. Right? We were always these beautiful, perfect crystalline beings. So it's not like we're shifting into something that we're not. We're shifting more into what we already are. And there's a deeper remembrance of that. And some people do relate the sixth energy as well to the sixth chakra, which is, of course, the third eye. And you can see here, if you look at the third eye, there's this energy and light centered there, which looks a lot like this light, right? And then we see here the whole system immersed in light and rising. This is the ascension process, right? And this card is all about the sacral chakra. But to me, it's reminding me of that ascension journey right now, right? As we are, I mean, look at this, just being bombarded with light, you guys. And then we have the ancestral realm under that. Karmic release, healing the lineage, boundaries. And we're going to talk about all of that when we do the Saturn retrograde video. I'm feeling as though I want to pull from the Lightworkers Oracle for you guys next. So we're going to see what wants to come through from this deck here regarding the 666 portal. Clear. What information wants to come through? What do we need to know? What's going on? What guidance do our brothers and sisters in the stars, our higher selves, creator source, what guidance have you for us as we traverse these energies? We have the first ray of power wanting to pop out, and I'm going to keep that. We're going to get a couple here. But that is definitely, I know that's relevant. We got grounding coming out, all right? That importance of being centered and grounded like we talked about. And we have Star Child with the reassurance of the golden light that stopped me as I was shuffling and said, no. That wants to be read as well. All right. So once again, we see this beautiful parallel here of the earth and the stars. Right? We are both at once. There is no either or. This is the energy that we are releasing ourselves from, this energy of polarity and duality that says that you must have both extremes and that these are different. These are one and the same. We are blending and merging these energies, merging our star self with our human self, right? Merging as above, so below, right? So really connecting in with the power that we find in our earthly form, right? The power, the planetary power of the earth herself and the cosmic power that we hold at the same time. Really merging those. You notice the roots here. How she's kneeling on the earth with her head toward the earth. And I really feel like she wants to be, or we want to be pressing our foreheads against the earth. This is a meditation that's coming through right now. And you notice she's naked. You don't necessarily have to be, but there is a vulnerability and a surrender to that, right? But this energy of going out, go outside, press your forehead to the ground, and imagine the roots growing from your forehead, from your third eye to the center of the planet. Feel that energy connecting in. There's like all of this cosmic wisdom that wants to be grounded into the planet. You notice even in this card, what's on the bottom? She has water coming through her fingers, and then you see the earth, right? So the stars and the earth connected, conjoined. And I'm going to read for you guys the first ray of power card. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. I am everything and I am nothing. All right, so the first ray of power here. The first ray of power is energy of conscious destruction. It can be used in a healthy way to eliminate the past and allow for a fresh start. The first ray also carries the frequency of leadership. It can assist you to stand in the truth of your light so others can find their way by it. It helps to strengthen your willpower so you can accomplish any task you choose. The Ascended Master El Moria brings you his particular blessing and encourages you to believe in your own strength and take the initiative on what matters most to you. If you are confused about which path to take or whether to continue a certain relationship, course of action, or lifestyle choice, the first ray of power will clarify matters for you. When it moves through our lives, whatever is holding us back will be removed, either through circumstances seemingly beyond our control or by our own actions based on a sudden inner knowing. When the first ray of power has indicated a long-term plan that was once important to you may suddenly seem as though it needs to change or even be released altogether. Or you may suddenly get the motivation to go for something that you have been dreaming of for a long time. Once this ray affects your life, your understanding of what is helpful and what is not can change overnight. The changes will feel very true, freeing, and helpful. Those people, dreams, and opportunities that remain in your life afterwards have survived the onslaught of divine will. This means that the universe is confirming that they are meant to be a part of your journey at this time. So if it's trying to go, let it go. What's meant to remain will remain. The first ray of power also relates to matters of leadership and politics. Be open as to how your spiritual journey might be helpful in the world of politics, whether that be through aligning yourself with a cause that resonates deeply in your heart, or through bringing a more open and discerning viewpoint into the often deceptive world of politics. Speaking your truth will be very helpful at this time, not only for you, but also for those around you who are willing to hear your voice and make their own choices from a clearer place within. Don't be afraid to be heard. If your life purpose involves either driving a meaningful political cause forward or assuming a position of leadership in some other way, and every single person watching this channel is a leader, okay? You'll feel the truth of this and be given encouragement from the Ascended Master El Moria to trust yourself as a leader with heart and awareness. Finally, it's what just came to mind was your heart leads you and you lead others, right? So you lead others from your own open heart space. Finally, when this ray makes its way into your life, it is time to accept the loving gauntlet being thrown down by the universe and take your hands off the controls of your life. Don't we love hearing that? Detach and be curious. The universe will show you exactly what you need and remove what you do not. If something or someone is no longer a part of your life, it will be so that a more beautiful, truthful, and satisfying version of what you are surrendering can come into your world. Remember, the universe loves you and wants only the best and most beautiful life experience for you. Trust it enough to let that happen now. And so this is definitely a reminder, activating our leadership qualities, clearing out anything that no longer resonates or needs to go, right? really clearing the way so that we can connect more fully and embrace our life path and purpose. And there's been a lot of energy lately that I've been noticing that's really been guiding us down the path of surrender and really aligning ourselves with our divine will. And so our manifestations aren't so much solely about what it is that we want to create, as it is being that co-creator with the universe, being able to sense and understand what it is that our soul is wanting to create and going with the flow of that creation, even if we don't understand where that flow is going to take us. And so it's like an energy of manifesting from that greater place of like, what is it that I want to experience, right? In terms of happiness, fulfillment, abundance, and leaving those more general terms, and then just paying attention to where life is generally, where your soul is guiding you and leading you, and surrendering to that. On the bottom of the deck here, we have the reassurance of the golden light and paradigm shift under that, right? So the golden light, this is the reassurance from your guides, your angels, your team, that you are being cared for. That even though there are things happening in your life that you don't understand, even if sometimes it feels like you're taking 10 steps backward, you are actually, you are receiving, even if it doesn't feel, even if you feel like you are immersed in darkness right now, you are receiving this incredible light. All right. You are healing. You are growing. Things are happening and moving in a positive direction. Even if you can't feel it, you are going to be okay. If you have been feeling discouraged, if you have been feeling like the heaviness of the energy, and you've had a difficult time pulling yourself out of that heaviness, if you've been losing hope, this is that reassurance coming through from your guides, from your angels, from the Creator, that everything is going according to plan. That what we are in the midst of right now is a massive paradigm shift, an internal and an external shift of astronomical proportions. And there is a lot of chaos in that energy. All right, once again, we see the naked woman here. So there is definitely this energy of vulnerability, of us feeling exposed, of us feel like we are, Creator is asking us to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. Yes, and that doesn't mean to allow ourselves to be victims, right? We shield our energy. We stand strong in our sovereignty. But at the same time, we allow that vulnerability to come through as well. And that vulnerability comes through in the way of surrender. As we surrender to the paradigm shift, as we surrender to the changes that are taking place, as we surrender to this first ray of power. It sounds contradictory, right? That we would surrender to power. But we're surrendering to our own power. We're surrendering to the power of the universe, as it seeks to come in and shift us and assist us in evolving into our highest selves, right? Into aligning with our highest timeline and releasing and letting go of everything that is not connected to that timeline. You see, it's this energy of getting back our wings. All right. That's beautiful. I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to close with here. The Quantum Oracle, I keep looking at this. So we're going to close. This isn't normally the kind of deck I would use to close, but we're going to close with the Quantum Oracle. Clear. Tell us more about the 666 portal. This paradigm shift, I'm looking at the door in that card, right? And it's like this energy of us being called to step through the door, even though we aren't 100% sure where it leads. It's like, you know that you're supposed to open that door. You know that you're supposed to, that behind that door holds the key, right? It's the future that you are looking to manifest is behind that door. But you're not quite sure exactly what that looks like. And it's scary. But Spirit's saying, don't be afraid to open that door. It's like all of our power, everything, all of the wisdom, the guidance that we need is behind that door. We just have to overcome our fear, the fear of the unknown. We have loss coming out. With present power on the bottom of the deck, interestingly enough. Give me some more here. We have the loving woman coming out. Interesting. So for some people, there may be relationships ending. People that you've lost. But we also have the Ascended Masters coming out with family, friends, and guides. So this is the energy coming through that really, to me, says, if you have lost someone in your life, right, we read with the first ray of power, this energy of how people and things that are no longer in vibrational resonance are going to be removed from our lives. If you have lost something, you feel that you've lost a relationship, somebody that you care about, somebody that you loved deeply, and you're in a deep place of grieving this, know that you still have so much. All right, and anything being removed is making way for even more. More family, more friends, more guides, more support. You're so supported in the non-physical, and you have even more support coming through in the physical. But sometimes we have to make space. Sometimes we lose this. It's like we want to. Part of the paradigm shift here is releasing this energy, this concept of loss, and this concept of that if somebody shifts out of our reality, that means that we've lost them. We can't ever really lose anything or anyone, right? It just means that more room is being made for the support that wants to come in, for the people and the things that are more in alignment with us, with our soul. And I keep going back to this cute little, it looks like a husky puppy or something down here. So there may be some people who've lost pets as well. Or there may just be some significance to the husky energy, the wolf energy even. Our losses are actually gains. That's what we want to remember. Yes, we want to get out of this victim mentality. This is the mentality that's going to drag us down. All right? This is like a 5 of Cups energy here. Don't get stuck in this energy of mourning what you don't have. Because your blessings are wanting to multiply. But it's not going to happen while you're sitting in this victim mentality. While you're sitting in this energy of focusing on what people did. It's like the energy of how people did you wrong, what they did to you, how you were cheated out of things, right? How you feel lonely, how you feel betrayed. Like you want to move out of that energy because it's not... Yeah, back and forth. He's straddling, right? The teeter-totter. It keeps pulling you. It's pulling you into a lower vibration. It's preventing you from being able to see all of the blessings and all of the support and love that you actually do have in your life. All right? There's a transformation that's wanting to occur here. But it can only happen once you step out of this poor me energy. And you have so much assistance in the spiritual realms. And in your physical reality too. I feel like a lot of us, we have a lot more resources. We have a lot more support than we realize. It's just part of this victim mentality. It's like a victim mentality. There's also a mentality here of like feeling like we need to do everything on our own, or it's like this righteous martyr kind of an energy. That's the energy that we're being asked to release right now. Anywhere where we end up in this energy of self-righteousness or this martyrdom energy, where it's like we're holding on to the conflict, right? We're holding on to the frustration. We're holding on to the resentment. We're holding on to this feeling of being wronged because it makes us feel righteous. That's like an insidious form of the victim mentality here, right? And so all we're doing is we're continuing to attach to this conflict energy, and it's keeping our energy stuck. This card says stuck energy. It's keeping our energy stuck. So we want to move out of that energy. We want to let that go. We want to release that. Like sometimes it can be almost like a high, that self-righteous energy, that self-righteous anger, right? And resentment. But really all it's doing is keeping us stuck. It's not what has the universe done to you. It's seeing what the universe has done for you. All right. And then we have commitment. And the back and forth is back on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this portal and this energy is also asking us to make a commitment. Somewhere where we've been wishy-washy, where we've been going back and forth, teeter-tottering. It's time to make a decision. And what we're being asked to do, like you see how it actually says contract here. So, ooh, interesting. All right, couple things. I'm feeling for one thing that there are soul contracts that people made. And so some of us are still getting stuck. We're stuck in these soul contracts that we made with people that we had karma with from past lifetimes. That we have conflicts with, whether we victimized them or they victimized us. Whether it's like definitely in romantic relationships, but in any type of relationship right now. Where are you inadvertently holding yourself back because you're still stuck in this old soul contract that wants to be resolved and completed? Right? That may have to do with this victimization energy. There's a conflict energy, this resentment energy. We're being asked to release ourselves from those soul contracts, to notice where we go around and around in circles with certain people, right? And where it is that we feel almost like an obligation to continue that energy. Because we're not obligated to do that. Part of the contract for a lot of us was actually to break that cycle. And when you finally break that cycle, that's when you fulfilled that soul contract. And there are new soul contracts that want to come online for people, but they can't do so until you release these old ones, until you let them go. And for some of you, it's like you've left a situation, but you energetically haven't left yet. And you need to energetically leave that situation in order to move forward so that these new connections can come into your life. And for some people too, there's just something that you've been wishy-washy about that your soul's asking you to commit to now. Whether this is, that you've needed to leave your job for a while, but you just haven't quite been able to commit to doing it. Whether you know that you need to leave a relationship, like we said, whether you know that you need to really commit yourself, you have a project or a goal in mind, but you've been dragging your feet on taking the steps to make it happen. It's time to really buckle down, to make that commitment to yourself, to whatever it is that matters to you, right? To your own heart, to your purpose. Then we have, intuition and manifestation coming out with the sacred temple. Follow your intuition. It's been guiding you for some time, and it's time to finally answer the call of your soul. It's time to utilize your capabilities, to really marshal your resources and apply them where you know they're meant to be applied. And to stop, it's to stop this energy, right? It's like, you know what you're being guided to do. Now it's time to make the commitment to take the steps to do so. And I love that. We got kindred partnership on the bottom of the deck. Like I said, there's so many people, like we really are. There's this beautiful energy around this portal and this month of June with calling in our soul tribe, connecting to our soul tribe. But for some people, it's like you're being guided down your spiritual path. You know what you're supposed to do. You know the next steps that you're supposed to take to move down towards your dharma, right? Your life path, your purpose. But you've been dragging your feet, and there's so much goodness that wants to come in for you, but it can only come in once you make that commitment to yourself. Those of you who are looking for love as well. Until you can commit to yourself, you're not going to find somebody else who's willing to commit to you. So can you make that commitment to yourself? To put yourself first, to follow your soul's calling, to do the things that will make you feel more confident, more secure. It's like we gain confidence through action. right? We don't gain confidence through thinking about it. We gain it through doing it, right? When we have these fears and blocks that come up, one of the most powerful ways to move through them is simply by taking the action. I do the thing that I'm afraid of, even though I'm afraid. I don't wait for the fear to dissipate. I don't wait for the absence of fear, because that day may never come. I'm going to be afraid of the unknown until it becomes known, right? And the only way to make the unknown known is to step into it with both feet. That's the energy. The universe wants you to step in, to dive in with both feet. All right, no more straddling the line. It's time for us to decide what matters to us, to decide what's important to us, and to commit to that fully and wholeheartedly. And to let go of the past, let go of the gripes of the past. Let go of all of this energy of all this old stagnant energy. I keep seeing the new beginnings card and the fear card when I'm putting cards back in the deck here, all right? So that energy, it's the fear that's preventing us from letting go, right? Kept seeing that one too. It's the fear that is preventing us, the fear of the unknown, the fear of not being good enough, of whatever it is that is keeping us in this back and forth energy, that's preventing us of really being able to move forward and embrace our new beginning. So it's time to move through those fears. We got to walk through them. It is, we've talked about this 2022, it's go time. All right. If you guys want assistance with this, please reach out to me. The Theta healing that I do can be really helpful with this and moving through these fears and blocks. As can the Belvaspata. There's a lot of different things that we can do together. So my email's down below. Shoot me an email. Get in touch with me. We'll figure out, I wanted to say a plan of attack, right? We'll figure out how to navigate your individual journey, how I can be of any assistance in that process. There are also links below to donate if you feel so moved to donate to this channel. Those donations are always appreciated. Although the donation of your time and your energy simply by being present energetically in this tribe, watching these videos, is what is so important and the most appreciated. Although if you did enjoy this video, a like is a great way also to help boost the message so more people get it. Share this with anybody that you feel needs to hear these messages. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Click the bell with the little squigglies so you get all the notifications. If you've been subscribed for a while and you're not getting notifications, try unclicking the bell and then clicking it again. Sometimes YouTube just turns off notifications randomly for no reason. And YouTube does a lot of funny things, right? So make sure that you've maybe renewed that subscription if you have not been getting notifications when I put out videos. I'm going to try to go live for you guys in the next few days. As I said, I'm still catching up here, but I really wanted to get this video out right now because we are in these energies, as we said, as I am recording this. I love you guys. I appreciate you. You are amazing, and I will talk to you soon.